In this video we show how you can use Fusio as Backend as a service tool like Firebase or Supabase. At first we create a simple to-do API which we use later on at our frontend. For this we use the SQL table generator which automatically builds an API based on a database table. Through the changelog button we see all operations, actions and schemas which we will create. The generator automatically builds a schema based on the table structure. As action, the generator uses the standard CRUD SQL actions. All operations are automatically available to CRUD entries on the provided to-do table. We now want to integrate this API into our frontend. For this we generate at first a TypeScript client through the Fusio SDK generator. We now switch to our frontend. In this example we simply use NextJS. At first we need to add the Action client and Axios dependencies, which are needed by the generated client SDK. At the Gen folder we have placed the generated client SDK files. Now we simply integrate our to-do list at the example page. At first we create the client which we use to work with our Fusio API. Since our API is public we use the anonymous authorization. For a production API you would need to provide an access token. Then we use the getAll method to obtain all to-do entries and we render those entries in a simple list. Then we add an onSubmit function to create a new to-do entry. We create a simple form which invokes our onSubmit function. To create a new to-do entry we use our client and call the create method. The create method is also fully type-safe. At last we add a markDone function to mark a to-do entry as done. It also uses the client to update an existing to-do entry. We add now a simple button to invoke our markDone function. Now our simple to-do app is completed. We have integrated a type-safe API from Fusio in our NextJS app. Let's start our app and see whether it works. In the browser you see our plain to-do list which is provided through the Fusio API. We can click on the Done button to mark an entry as completed. Also we can create a new to-do entry. This was a short introduction how you can integrate an API built with Fusio into NextJS using the client SDK generator. This approach should also work similar for many different front-end frameworks.